Right.
We streamed it from the 4-H Convention Center. Or Conference Center, or whatever it is.
Which we probably won't be back here next year. It'll probably be a different location.
Turkey tricks on you, it kills me now. Can we change it to Contra on the stream?
Yeah. And
Well, not on the, important timer, but on the,
I'm getting there.
just as listed.
Just change it to
I worked through my
Mr.
pain, I'm fine with that. Where is Miss Mayor Kay's bandana?
Where is it? Right click on the.
Yeah, I've been awake for over 24 hours at this point.
Right.
I mean, I'll have to check.
Oh, is that it? Any chat requests for weapon?
Is there a chat request for which weapon? Peashooter.
Sounds good. I'm gonna sit a bit closer to the TV because I'm getting old.
And the TV keeps shrinking. So when Mike gets back, I don't know. I'll leave the background game.
Okay.
We need to get TVs packed up and stuff, so then it's only going to be handhelds from there.
Okay. So just let us know. Oh, you're not done? Alright.
What's the runs to it again? How many underscores do you have?
0, 3.
3. So Mr.
Alright. Ready?
underscore K.
Start. You can actually shoot slightly faster by switching weapons, even though you don't have any. And
Now we're at 55 minutes now.
What does the graffiti on the wall even say?
I don't know. Coming up here, I'm going to do a really precise trick for absolutely no good reason.
That's the best reason.
It's really tight. So yeah, you can jump on to the next platform without using the platforms above you. You have to be in the air as soon as the fire appears on the screen. It shows up like instantly.
to meet you.
It was a
Wish I
pleasure.
could watch the whole run, but catch you out while you want. Which,
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed having you.
thanks.
I'll see you around.
See you later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I never got to tell you that I enjoyed your runs tonight. Yeah, it was really awesome.
Thanks. See you next year.
Pretty close.
Ah.
I'm slow at typing right now.
You have to hold, or I kind of hold the controller in a really weird way, because in Contra 3 I have to press Y, X, B. And so to do that, I just kind of keep my thumb on Y and then move it around, depending on what button I need to press, so it looks probably really weird on screen.
I'm about 1 minute away from an hour here. Now that is Hello Kitty duct tape. I got put on there at some point. Because I want one.
You dead now?
No, it's not bloody. It's pink Hello Kitty duct tape. There has been no SimCity run. And we're at over an hour. It's at the 4-H conference center in Chevy Chase. This is why you guys don't do pacifist completionist runs.
Contra 3 Stage 1 Pacifist is, like, legit impossible. I'll show
I'm
you.
telling chat because they're saying that I'll never have patience. I should just give up. But can you do anything pacifist or not?
You might be able to do it at normal difficulty, but just not hard. I'll show you what it's like after this. It's just nuts.
Is that faster?
No.
Awesome. Oh, good strats, by the way.
Yeah,
Guys there.
we're glad I found that out. It's really awesome.
So you're just calling around for fun.
Yeah, that's it.
They would love some commentary.
Who would?
Chat.
Oh, chat.
No, plural.
Whoa, people are watching?
4,000.
Yikes.
I would say something about anything to say, but I've never played the game.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to die.
I think that's very important. in Contra games.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little tired. So this fight is kind of random. So if you're slightly to the edge of the left side there, you can pretty much make it by just shooting diagonally. You don't have to shoot up to get that last spawn. You actually get to see this thing fire when you have Peashooter. So you kind of manipulate him.
Oh, that thing fires?
Yeah, it actually does. If you don't manipulate it right, it's a little bit tough to dodge. This walker fight is, as long as you make the same movements, it's the same every time. So I'm alternating X and Y and then just tapping on R so I can stagger my position to get it right. You'll actually see this guy fly around for a little bit. Normally he dies instantly if you have a double crush. But he's still not much of a threat. This fight is a little bit more interesting when you have Peashooter. So, yeah. There's just a lot to keep track of in this fight. Since you have a bit more range in Peashooter, you can afford to shoot diagonally. And you kind of have to memorize the rhythm of when the shots are about to fire. Sometimes you get unlucky with the chat and you have to shoot it like that. so it's just something else to have to keep track of during the fight. The little things that he's hurling to destroy the missiles can actually be destroyed themselves. Unfortunately, it soaks up some of the damage that you'd like to give the boss, so it's not a good idea, especially if you have Peashooter. The missiles that are going at the boss actually, ouch, damage it. 4 shots of damage each. That was a really unlucky pattern at the end there. I thought there would be something for me to land on, but nah.
Chat wonders what your favorite Contra is.
This one. By far. Not even close. I like to start at the top left. You usually get better luck with the spawns, the random spawns that come in the stage if you start here. Trying to make this jump the other way. A lot of stuff can be waiting for you on the other side. Don't always commentate as much because I tend to die more. You can kill these in 2 cycles with Peashooter. And here's a fun trick that saves absolutely no time. The bridge starts exploding if you shoot anytime during it. Normally you wouldn't be able to get through it in time, like it explodes too fast. But if you kind of strafe, where you're going at a diagonal angle like I did there, you can get off in time. It's totally showboating. There's a corner trick again. Squeezing by there is really tight, but it does save quite a bit of time. I'm going to try and just get all of my shots to hit by just timing the way that I tap L, so that I don't miss the eye in the middle. What about the 4 cycles start spinning? Right about now. It's important to memorize that because pretty much as soon as the fight starts, a couple things happen. The claw starts reaching around in inconvenient places, and you have to duck under the fire. If you're lucky, you don't have to duck very often under the fire, but sometimes you just have to. Like sometimes, like right there, because of the position, I was able to get past it by just moving back. I'm going to duck that. Yes, this is
When you rotate around, is that despawning the fire?
No, it's not. What's happening right there is I'm ducking, and the floor is actually spinning during that fight, so you have to double tap on L to counteract the spin so you stay centered. But if you duck, you lose the double tap, and you spin around wildly. Like, that's what it looks like if I wasn't double tapping L.
Okay.
This is the most boring part of this run. For this part, what you gotta do is you gotta stand right about here, and then shoot the spawns and get the head. If you do not kill these spawns immediately, they will die, and then while you're in the death animation, more of them will spawn, and they will totally swarm and overwhelm you. It's really bad. You pretty much have to use a bomb. You just don't have the firepower. I kind of cheat with this angle a bit because it's actually possible to hit 2 of them with the same shot. If you watch really carefully, you can see that happen. So right about like now. If you look really carefully on stream, you might notice it. It's a little hitbox abuse. After I kill this, I'm gonna get to a little bit off center of the far right side of the screen. And it's really important that I have my position correct, because there's a mouth that I need to jump past. That one there. And it's really important that I manipulate the positions, because if I pause for even just a tiny bit, I'm dead. Under the rules of low percent, you're allowed to use the bomb that you start with. and the place that I use it is right there. The reason that I use it there is because the bomb deals 1 damage each frame that's on the screen. And it's on the screen for about 20 frames or so. And so it does the best damage, or you get your most bang for your buck if you're damaging multiple targets, which is exactly what we want with that heart. It's damaging all of the pods, some of which I pretty much have to kill to survive the fight, and it's also damaging the heart. So it's like the best place in the game to use the bomb for this run. I'm going to try and manipulate this guy. So when his health gets to a certain point, he burrows into the ground. The animation is very long, it takes about 10 seconds, and I don't want him to do that. So I intentionally didn't do full damage on him during the second cycle. And then I tried to do as much damage as I could during the third, so I got that manipulation, so he didn't burrow on the ground. So it saves, it's an important trick to do, and it saves about 10 seconds or more. This guy, there's 2 ways to go at it. You can either go from below or above. If you're using Peashooter, it's important to go from above. You can get a few extra shots on him because his tail covers the head. So the reaching heads have a few patterns. One will chase after you, or they'll both come down to the center. The worst thing that they can do is that one will start chasing after you, and then like fake you out, and then the other one will come after you. Fortunately, that didn't happen. That is the hardest one to react to. You have you have less than a second to figure it out and start moving away. For this particular fight, the attack pattern he does is based on the orb that you shoot. So if you're using Peashooter, the one that you want is this one. Because you can pretty much stay center and keep your shots on him the entire time. If you had another gun like Crush, you'd want the pattern with the gray orb. The reason is because the gray orb, you can pretty much like kneel in front of him and just blast away. The reason why you don't want it with Peashooter is because the gray orb pattern, you might have seen, the orbs actually block the shots, whereas if you have Crush, they bleed through. Another thing to take into consideration is like what happens if you shoot too early. So if I shoot too early with the Peashooter, which I just did, it'll do the snake pattern, which is not ideal, but it's a pattern you can dodge easily enough if you memorize it.
I'll be in the consumption of my house. You might be next week.
It takes about 8 of these cycles to take care of them in low percent.
Okay, driving Peashooter to DC. 245. Wait, is that when this flight scheduled to leave, or is that when I don't know.
Give me the 2 times.
It says silence at 153, and then later at.
Okay, so that's what it says. Next one is like here.
You take me as well.
Yeah.
When you take Simons. I 5 minutes. 2 minutes up. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Thanks, that's my background.
Okay, so this fight here, you can battle for a little bit, and then you need to dodge the reaching claws. Always starts on the right, and the trick here, he can actually reach all the way across. So the trick here is, as soon as he starts reaching, he's locked into that position. And what you want to do is, as soon as the reach starts, then you move. Don't move the entire time because he'll corner you. So wait a little bit for the reach and then move out of the way. Move out of the way, and he's committed to the position you were in before, and you can dodge it.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was
Sorry, Mr. K. Just for raging this going to
Oh, it's fine, yeah. I'll do it on fire.
Fire?
Yeah.